Hello, hello, and hello to the people who see this afterwards, who couldn't be here. Pity that you couldn't be with me. But anyway, there is Suriname here, there is Holland here, there's Belgium here, there's Nigeria here, there's Senegal here, Portugal is here. Do I miss something? Some country? India, of course, India. So I asked everybody who is here, what are your wishes for the new year? And
hello.
Yes.
I speak English very bad. Huh?
Your English is very bad. Okay.
Very bad.
What language are you speaking, sir?
French.
French. There
Yes.
will be a meeting. The 30th will be a meeting only for the French-speaking people, together with Mr. Corassar, and we do it only for the French-speaking people. Today it is in English. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I cannot do them both at the same time because, yeah, we have some problems. But I have my translator here. So if you have some questions later on, you can always ask, we can always ask Mr. Charles to translate for us. Anyway,
yes,
I see a lot of people coming in. Okay, so my big wish for this year is the year of abundance. Yeah, so that everybody gets their share, their dividends for the first time. Can you imagine? That is something, well, that is my biggest wish for everybody. And we're going to have a world party because we're represented in every country at the moment, in every country all over the world. So we're going to have a world party, yeah, if everybody gets their dividends. And our CEO told us that 4 contracts are signed. Four contracts are signed. So that's amazing. So I think there are some new people here. So, whoa, every part of the world. I know every part of the world. Can you imagine? Every part of the world. So, like I told before, can you see my screen? Like I told before, let me see. Do you see?
Yes.
Yes, you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. I think I got the wrong PowerPoint. Let me do the right PowerPoint. Well, my PowerPoint crashed. That's the worst thing everybody that can happen. That can happen before you start your session. Well, it can happen. I'm not gonna panic. I'm gonna do what I can. So a lot of pictures are out of my PowerPoint. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. Just crashed, all gone. So I'm going to do it with a almost empty PowerPoint, but I'm going to tell you this is very important for the new people. This is a life changer. For the people who already know everything, well, let me surprise you with some things. Okay, there are 4 or 5 people still coming in. A lot of people coming in. Okay, that's wonderful. So let me introduce myself. Let me get rid of this one. Let me introduce myself. I am Kaat Jacobs. I'm the communication manager of the Skyworld community platform. That is the crowdfunding platform of the Unitsky String Technology. So what is the platform for? We are funding Unitsky String Technology. And how are we doing that? We are doing that in the form of a convertible loan. So what does a convertible loan mean? That means that we offer you a chance that you can give a loan to the company. And in return, you can have or A, your money back in 3 years, and you get 4% interest, or you get, a lot of people are still coming in, or you get dividend shares. Dividend shares are special shares. These are not the normal shares. And of course, everybody is taking the dividend shares. Why? Because it's very unique that we can have this in our possession. So what is Unitsky String Technology? Well, it is an innovative transportation moving above the ground. What is innovative? That means new, absolutely new. So in this year, ladies and gentlemen, in this year, we're going to have a new transportation in the world. You know, cars, you know, buses, trams, trains, planes, trucks, yeah. And now there is Unitsky. Unitsky is a technology, transportation technology, highly developed. There's space engineering in there, and it's moving above the ground. You can see the pictures here. The picture above is a real picture, and the picture down on the bottom is a insinuation, yeah, how it can be. So we don't bother the current traffic, we're above it. Yes, but there are many, many, many advantages, because we all know that the current transportation and nature gives us a lot of problems. And then we also give ourselves a lot of problems. Yes, and we give a hassle-free and smooth and ecological solution for everything, cargo, passenger, everything. And there is no effective solution at the moment. How do I know? How can you be so sure, Kaat? Well, I was in a meeting in Antwerp, one of the biggest harbors in the world, and they are looking for a solution for the last 12 years. The last 12 years, not 2 years, not 3 years, not 5 years, 12 years. None, nothing. Yes. So that's why I know there is no solution, effective solution like Unitsky String Technology offers. So what is Unitsky String Technology? You can see here the range of vehicles. This is the smallest one, and this is the very light one. Yes, and they're all existing. Yes, these are just pictures, design pictures, but they are all real. And this is the lightest one. This one, you can see this is a human being. I was sitting in there with 2 people. It was quite cozy. And this thing is very fast, and it can be built anywhere, in any remote area, anywhere. This one is the Unibike. That's also for 2 people. And this one is the first one we made. Yeah, Unitsky String Technology made. And I always say we, because I'm a shareholder. So this, I have a part of the company. So this part of the company is mine. So that's why I say always we. So this one was the first one. And this is also for 2 people. Then we had the Unicar. Sorry, the Unibus. This was the second one for 14 people. I drove in them in our test park, and it's amazing. Yeah, you're up in the air. The views are wow. Very smooth ride, no noise, no pollution, nothing. And of course, there were a lot of demands, bigger, and also for very cold temperatures and for very high temperatures. So this one we call the tropical one, and this one is for very cold temperature. Yesterday I was in a meeting with somebody of Pakistan, and they want to build this technology. They fell in love with it, and they can have -25 in the mountains. So, but at the coast, they can have very high temperatures. So we need to have everything, yeah. Then the high speed. This one goes 500 kilometers an hour. I also sat in it. I didn't drive in it. Why? Because we need 25 kilometers of test rail to test it on safety and to get the certificate. That is not yet happened. Then this is the uni truck. This vehicle can load and unload grain, sand in 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's amazing, isn't it? And then you have the Unitrans that is specially to load and unload very fast for cargo and sand and grain and to fill up ships and to unload them. Yeah. And then the last one, the baby. This is the Unicorn. And this vehicle is born in the pandemic because our company was still working. Belarus was not in a lockdown or anything. There was no virus in that country. Strange. But anyway, we worked and kept on working. The company, the people, the designers, the engineers, and they created the container transportation. Why? Because I told you in the beginning that I was in a meeting in the harbor in Antwerp, and they have this big problem with container transportation, and they didn't find a solution. And we didn't have this vehicle when we went to that meeting. Well, we actually had 4 meetings. And so one of the engineers who was with me and another colleague from was also with me, the engineer went to Unitsky and told him, you know, they have a big problem for container. Can you look at it, please? And Unitsky said in the beginning, I'm not interested. I am busy with transportation of people. You know, he was designing the high speed. But then there was the pandemic and we had time. And he looked at it and he designed this one. And it's on the rails now. And yeah, it's amazing. So these are real pictures. These are the uni bike for 2 people. And this is the uni bus for 14 people. I drove in both of them. You cannot feel anything. It's above the ground. It's a nice view. Of course, there's no smell. There's no sound. It's hustle free. You can stand up in this one. You don't have to hold your hands. You have to look outside to see if you're driving, if you're moving. So that smooth is the ride. And then the high speed, here's a design, but I have some real pictures, but I told you my PowerPoint crashed, so the real pictures are gone. But this is the real picture in a decoration, yeah, but it's real. I sat in it. I was in Berlin on the Unitrans. That is one of the biggest fairs, transportation fairs in the world. Well, it is the biggest, every 2 years. And the premiere of the high speed was there. And it is called now the Uniflash. And people couldn't believe it, that it was real. And I sat in it. It's like, you can compare it with a VIP airplane. It's wonderful. Design, everything. And it goes 500 kilometers an hour. You can see it here, 500 kilometers an hour. So this one is pretty fast, and it's good to connect to cities, for example, or a big city with a harbor or an airport. Yeah, so it's wonderful. So let me see, what else do we have? We have linear cities. So you see here the vehicles, yeah. We also can design these towers. What can be in these towers, apartments? These are floating. You can see it on the water. And the transportation is connecting with them. So Unitsky String Technology is not only transportation, it's much, much more. We also have a solution for harbor, but that picture disappeared. So how does it work? Let me unveil the secret. Yes. What is the secret of Unitsky String Technology? And a lot of people are coming in. Well, this is a rail. This is a metal body. And in the metal body, there is the, can you see my cursor? Can you see when I appoint something?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Oh,
Yes.
good,
Yes.
good. Okay, so this is flexible concrete. Flexible. What does that mean? The rail cannot break. So it can stand tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes, you name it. And then these dots are no dots. What are they? These are metal strings. And these metal strings are twisted around each other. So what does that mean? The rail can bear very, very heavy load. Can my team members let people in, please? Then this black thing doesn't pop up all the time. So these are string rails. It's made out of metal and they're twisted around each other. So this rail can bear very, very, very heavy load, very heavy load. Did you know that this flexible concrete is a patent of our CEO? Our CEO is a genius. He has a lot of patents on his name. Plus, this flexible concrete is absorbing sound. That's why it doesn't make any noise when it moves around. Then on top of this metal frame, you see here, this is a combination of metal, also a patent of our CEO, that is so special that the wheel has the same metal. If the wheel drives over the rail, there's almost no friction and so also no sound. And something very important, if there's almost no friction, the vehicle doesn't need extra fuel, in this case energy, electricity, to move on, because the friction will make sure that the vehicle needs extra fuel. Yeah, so this is also a unique, very, very, very unique. And you can see in the rail we can transport anything else. Yes, so do you understand that this rail can stand tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes? I mean, how many countries bridges break, road break, rail tracks break and destroyed by nature? Well, we can stand this. And then here's the wheel and the engine. The engine is next to the wheel, and you see also this special metal around the wheel. Here you have a 3D demonstration of the rail, how it can look like. Yeah, you see here the flexible concrete and you see the metal strings. And this engine, we call it the heart of the technology, can run on any fuel. Can you mute, please? And this is also designed by our CEO. So what are the advantages of the Unitsky String Technology? Well, to build it, it is very, very cheap. Can you see it comparing with the other current transportation systems? To operate it, and I told you, to operate it, so that the cost to operate it is very, 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 very low. And the energy consumption is very low. I told you, that's what I wanted to say, that the friction is very low and the aerodynamics are. Somebody muted me and somebody has the mic on. Oh, what a special meeting today. And my PowerPoint crashed, so wow. Okay, let's go on. The energy consumption is very low. That's amazing. Yeah. Then the capacity, boom, is very high. Yeah, that's what we all need. A lot of people, a lot of cargo transporting, but that cost us very little in energy, that cost us very little in operation cost, and then it's very cheap to build. Plus, the two last ones are, for me, the most important. Environment pollution is very low and safety is very high. So the accident rates are very, very low. So who designed this? Let me introduce you to Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. This man is a genius. I talked with him twice, one time, 1.5 hours. And he said to me, ask me any questions. So I asked him many, many questions. And his head is always about improvement of nature, environment. He's completely into restore nature, restore the earth, and have a luxurious and fast transportation, and much more, and much more. Can you mute, please? Okay, so let's see what's the next slide. Here are the designs of him. So he designed this transportation. It took him 40 years of his life to get where he is now. This is one of his first test parks. This vehicle is still alive. It is exposed in Belarus in one of our test parks. This is his last design. It's Sky Space, to put all the factories into space and make the planet a green planet. Isn't that amazing? Without damaging the nature. Because do you know that if they launch a rocket, the rocket destroys the ozone layer as big as the country of France? One rocket. And that is very dangerous, because we need that layer to protect us from the very unhealthy beams of the sun. So he has a solution for that. And then this is Nadezhda, his wife. She does the business and she's quite good at it. You see her here very proudly with a certificate. And well, she's an amazing woman and she runs the company. We survived the pandemic. Skyworld's community platform survived the pandemic, and we are going on and on and on. So what are the patterns? There are some people who are, please mute, thank you. So I told you, Unitsky has a lot of patents on his name, 130 worldwide, yeah. And I'm sure that will not be the last one. And you see him here going around, and this is where I had to stop, because I had to let you guys in, and I had to stop to clean up my PowerPoint. But this picture is a great picture. You see him here, our CEO, showing the transportation to the world, and he had a lot of positive reactions. Let me see, what's this one? Okay, so what are the results? There are some pictures missing here, but anyway, we have 600 employees. Unitsky String Technology has 600 employees. These are very high educated people. You can see on this picture, there is space science in this. This is a unique car, yeah, and a tropical one. I can see it, how it is a little bit bended. And this one can stand high temperatures. And sand can be lethal for technology. And this one is, yeah, specially designed by all these intelligent people. And normally there's also a picture here of a factory in Belarus. Where is Belarus, Kaat? Belarus is an independent country between Russia and Europe. And our company, and the main office is in the capital Minsk. It is called, yeah, Minsk. Oh, here's a picture of the factory. This is the factory inside and outside. We started with this building, and we built some more and some more because there were more vehicles. You see here, this is the tropical one. It's a little bit bent. And this is the Unibus that it can stand very, very, very high, low temperatures. And because, you know, in Minsk, it can be -25, yeah. So people also say to me, Kaat, but these vehicles are made out of glass. How can it be safe? And if they go 150 kilometers an hour through the air, yeah? Well, here you see another pattern of the CO. This glass, and you can't see it here, but same glass, is a special glass. There can be a projectile, sharp projectile, impacting at 500 kilometers an hour, and the glass will not break. So we call it smart glass. And this glass also keeps the temperature in the vehicles at the normal rate. So it's very nice inside. The few times I drove in these vehicles, it was very hot outside, and you didn't experience it inside the vehicles. Then we have a test park in Marina Gorka. That's 150 kilometers in Belarus from the main capital. Yeah, and this is quite a big area. I've been there twice. It's wonderful, green. These are fruit trees. There's a greenhouse here between these trees. There's a big pond. This, what you see here, is the eco house. That's another design of our CEO. This is a completely self-sufficient house made out of wood. And yeah, if delegates come and visit us, they get fruit and vegetables from our gardens and fish from our pond. And why are we doing this? Because you see all these tracks? These are all ecological transportations, and that's how we show the world that you can eat fruit and vegetables from the gardens, and you can eat the fish from the water. It is all ecological. It is not polluted. Isn't that amazing? Then what we have here is the other test park that is very near to Dubai, and that is in Sharjah. And here you have the contacts of that, because a lot of people ask me, where is it? I want to visit it because I'm flying to Dubai. Can I visit it? Well, if you take contact with the CEO, and here are the phone numbers, email address, yes, then maybe you're lucky that they open it up for groups or whatever is going on there. But I know there are constructions at the moment. And this is one of the new stations. And this is a station that can also handle cargo. Yeah. Okay, now we will have a lot of empty pages. And these empty pages, all my pictures are gone. Yes, okay. Here we have a page. One picture is there. We were in the news everywhere, and also on Fox News and CNN Business, but pictures are gone because my PowerPoint is crashed for the people who just came in. And when we were on Fox News and CNN Business, our phone got a tsunami. Yeah. So let me see what else. Yes, there are. Okay, this is the most important news. So our CEO promised us that there were contracts signed at the end of the year last year. And yes, he announced it in our Christmas, New Year announcements. Every year he gives a Christmas and New Year announcement. So he signed 4 projects. And I know there's much more going on than only 4, but already signed, and they're working at it. And we are now in the silent phase. What is the silent phase? Well, I know this from when the meetings in the harbor of Antwerp. A silent phase is a phase that a company gives an offer to something that a port or a country needs. So Unitsky offered a transportation, rail, whatever they need for passengers or containers. I don't know yet. We all don't know yet. That will be a surprise. And then you have the silent phase. That means that other companies can put in their suggestion. And then the country or the company or the port can choose. But I know that there are no such effective transportations currently on the market like Unitsky String Technology. Why do I know that so sure? I told you, I was in meetings in the port of Antwerp, and they didn't have a solution for their transportation problems the last 12 years. Why? Because most of the solutions are too expensive to build, or they all need a flat ground. And you know what you need to have a flat ground, and then you can start building. We don't. We only have anchors put in the ground and build the rails on top. So it's a big advantage. Plus, we are ecological, very fast. I mean, very cheap to maintain, very cheap to build. It's amazing technology. So in November, Unitsky told the world and the world press that this will be our logo for a new transportation in 2022. So now this new year, we will have, ladies and gentlemen, a new transportation in the world that is moving above ground. Yes. So you can be a shareholder of this transportation. You can see the most beautiful designs here. And this is a certificate of a shareholder who bought some shares. And yeah, these shares are for a lifetime. And these shares are inherited. These are dividend shares. They give you a piece of the profit every year. 20% of the profit goes to the shareholder. I think so. Mute. So 20% of the profit of all projects all over the world go to the shareholders every year. When will it start? Well, if everything goes smooth, maybe this year. And otherwise, we will have our first dividends next year. Okay, I can't explain this one. Let me see. The smallest investment for a package is $50. Yeah. There are also packages to pay off from 5 till 10 months. And yesterday, I heard board members say we have 500,000 investors. So I have to update this. I heard it yesterday. Okay, then these are packages I cannot show you because it's all gone, but these are the new packages. And these are the Christmas packages you can see by the design. And these are very good ones. You see here, discount 90. That means for $1, you get 90 shares. So if you pay off 5 months, $200, you get 90,000 shares. 90,000 shares. Yeah. So, and you see, you can pay off $50 a month, and you get 22,500 shares, but still for $1.90 shares. This is a very good discount. Very, 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 very good discount. And then you can pay them also in one time. You have a package of 2005, you have a package of 500 and package of 1,000. And you keep on having this great discount. Yeah. And people who worked very hard and built up a team, they have gift coupons. And they can give people on the first line these gift coupons. And they have this disadvantage of the Christmas packages. So I told you, these are dividend shares, dividend shares. Unitsky gives 100 years guarantee on the tracks, 100 years. So that's more than one lifetime, yes? Okay, you can give your children a financial security. You can give your children a financial security by buying now these shares, because these shares, you keep them, you never sell them. You download your contract, you put it in a safe, you put it or you print it out, or you put it on a stick, you put it in a safe. And somebody's calling me. I don't know how I can stop this, but anyway, we're not gonna disturb. This is a very, very special meeting. Okay, so it's inherited, dividend shares, inherited. And yes, there will be a sale, but please do not sell the chicken with the goose with the golden eggs. Yeah, the goose with the golden eggs. Are you still hearing me? Charles, are you still hearing me?
Yeah, very well. We're hearing you.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yes,
good.
yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
what about the stock market, Kaat? When is the IPO? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me explain to you. Thank God this is still on my PowerPoint. So we are in the IPO, yeah, sorry, pre-IPO. That means these shares are not public. Yeah, you can only buy them because somebody told you. Yeah, and somebody connects you to our platform. Okay, so this is a major advantage because the shares are really, really cheap. So these dividend shares, you can buy them in the pre-IPO. What about the IPO? Well, these are different shares. They call them the A shares. Yeah, and these shares you can buy and sell, and hope you make a profit. Yeah, but the dividend shares you do not sell. You keep them. You keep the contract. You keep the certificate in your safe for the rest of your life. And don't put it in a safe in the bank. Yes, hide them somewhere in your house. Make sure they're safe. In a plastic bag or something, if you have if you print it out, or even if you saved it on a stick, put the stick in a plastic bag and seal it. Yeah, so keep it every year. And I think the first years will not have a lot per share, but I can assure you, after 5 years, you will fall off your chair every year, how much you will get, because these projects we are building and these contracts, these are billion contracts. Yeah, it's not about millions, it's about billions. So we can be, or I am already, and you can be, or you are already a shareholder. And if the normal shares are popular on the market, the price of the value of the company goes up. So all value, the profit of the company, the value of our dividends will go up. And that is the only thing that the stock market has influence on our dividend shares. You can sell the shares on the stock market, but then somebody else will get rich. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are disinformed, and I try to inform them again and again and again. Please listen to me. Do not sell them. Even if you have the first 2 or 3 years, not such a big